When it comes to buying or selling your home, there's no room for error with your money. That's why Precision Escrow is the company you need to know. When selling your home, you want to make sure you're working with a company that has your best interest and keeps your money safe. That's why they use encrypted emails and secure trust accounting. Precision Escrow will follow the contract in detail from the beginning to the end and protect the parties involved. Working with Precision is like working with a huge family. Everyone is always smiling and cohesively working together for you. Check out their 5-star Yelp and Google reviews and see how they separate themselves from the competition. Whether you use an agent or sell your home yourself, they'll give you 30% off your transaction, which saves you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Use code RADIO30 to take advantage of the savings. Call Lauren Fredette, your representative, for more details. She's available 7 days a week during and after office hours. Call toll-free 877-393-4101. Let them help you through one of the most important decisions of your life.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. You're listening to Listed by Mina Kuper. We're about trust, probate, divorce, real estate, and more. And you're listening to 1220 AM, 98.1 FM, KHTS Radio. And I have some great guests today, as I always do, because I think it's so important to know things that you don't know or be updated on real facts from real professionals that have been in the industry for many years and are certainly highly and widely recommended by others. So today I have Joan Akita from Rancho Vista Mortgage. And Joan is just amazing, and she has patience and has an amazing programs for people that want to buy properties. And Joan is licensed in California and Colorado. And she just has the wealth of knowledge, and she can make things happen for you. And it's so important to go to people that are very, I guess they have experience is the best way to put it, because experience is really, what it takes to know what you're looking for. And Joan, today, we're going to talk about why is it important to buy instead of renting, because I know the mortgage rates are just phenomenal, just free money almost.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Mina. It's so nice for you to invite me on this radio show. I'm super excited. So I just wanted to just take a couple of minutes to, just to let you know, I have been doing this for over 20 years. This is my 20th year in doing mortgage financing. So I basically have seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I love to work with first-time home buyers. And I think a lot of times, renters feel like they can't own, but in reality, it's actually cheaper to own than to rent. And I'm going to give you like a hypothetical situation. So let's say someone is renting for $3,000 a month. And instead, if they were to buy a place for, say, $500,000, put down 3%, their total payment is going to be, their mortgage payment would be about $2,000. Their mortgage insurance would be about $200. Their hazard insurance, for fire and hazard would be about $150, and the property tax would be about $520. So if you add all of those up, it comes out to $2,893, which is less than the $3,000 in rent. But there's more. And as a disclaimer, I'm not a CPA, so please consult your tax accountant or your CPA. But when you own a home, you get a tax break at the end of the year. You get to write off all the mortgage interest. So on a $500,000 purchase price, with that loan amount, you're going to be having a nice tax refund, roughly about $600 a month in tax benefit by owning. So actually now your total outlay is down to like $2,200 versus $2,800. So that's way less than what you would be paying in rent. Plus you'll be building equity for yourself. If you buy a place today and in 10 years it's worth $100,000 more, it's very difficult to save and, put aside $100,000. But owning a home and building equity is, one of the best investments around. And, a question that I get all the time is, well, I don't have the down payment. Well, that's where you need to, contact me, because I have great first-time homebuyer programs. There's government grants. You can get gift funds. There's, 100 ways to skin a cat, so to speak. And I'm just going to go real quickly, like five things to kind of question yourself if you are ready to buy or you want to think about buying. Is the first thing is to look at your financial health and get pre-approved for a mortgage before you even go to any open house or contact a realtor. Is you need to know exactly how much of a loan that you can qualify for. And not only how much of a loan you can qualify for, but how much are you comfortable paying. Because it's nice to own a home, but if you can't eat, then that doesn't make sense. So it has to be where, it's a good fit. And the second most important thing after you get pre-approved is finding a great real estate agent like Mina that knows the market, that knows what a good investment is, and can help you find the perfect house for your family and for your situation, because this is going to be one of the biggest investments that you'll make in your lifetime, and you want to make sure that you're in a home that you're going to love for the rest of your life. So that's what I have my few minutes of saying. But Mina, do you have any questions for me? And
I know that if presumably someone has a credit score that's on the higher end of things, 700 plus, and their W-2s involved in their income, I know that they can get like 3.5% down, right?
Yeah, actually, there's even some down payment assistance programs where you can even get down payment with no money down. I mean, there are some programs, but there are there are income limitations and area limitations and things like that. But that's why I always tell people it's a completely free consultation to contact me, and I can go over everybody's unique situation. But there are some programs with zero down. Mm-hmm.
And Joan, you know what I'm doing right now? I've been doing this for a while, especially during COVID. For first-time homebuyers and frontline workers, essential workers, I am giving up to $5,000 credit towards closing costs.
Wow, that's amazing!
Right?
That's awesome.
And yes, and I want everyone to know that. So, it was interesting, and it was such a happy moment for me. Several months back, we closed on a property, and it was for a lovely couple, the family, and they were just short, like 10 minutes short of that making it right what happened. And I was like, I'm just going to give you $5,000 because you know what, we make good money on our real estate transactions, and I make money because I like to help people, and of course, yes, I do have a family and all that, but there's such a great feeling attached to making someone's dream come true because, it always comes back to you tenfold.
100%, yes.
Yeah, right? I mean,
yes.
So if you, include the $5,000 I'm going to give you in closing costs and, Joan's ability to make the magic happen, you have to buy. It's like, how could you not buy something?
I know it's cheaper than renting, and you're just basically you're paying your landlord's mortgage when you rent. You have nothing to show for it.
Exactly, and it's just so amazing. And people think, especially if they're just moving to California, right? They think, oh my God, it's going to be at least $1 million. But no, I've gotten people in the 500 range in properties. There are things that are, not as going to the millions, and they're very nice properties. And again, it's always better than renting. You're building equity, and then you're getting a mortgage write-off. And if you think about, and then you're getting money for what are the rents now, like 3% and lower? I mean, it's like free money. Where are you going to get this? It's almost like you want to go buy something because the interest rate's so cheap.
I know, exactly.
It's like I want to buy something. I'm like, wait a minute, it's like 3% down, 3.5%. I'm not a first-time home buyer though. But,
I know. I wish I was a first-time home buyer again.
I know. I mean, I was like, how do do I do this? I'm like, but certainly, I mean, and you're handling Colorado as well, right?
Yes.
Right. So, in those areas, even people buy vacation homes, second homes, and they rent it out, and then they can stay in there too. And although, prices are, high a little bit, but it also balances out on the interest rate. You can't lose because when you buy properties in a vacation area, people go skiing, or in the summer they go mountain biking. And it's a great opportunity to have almost free money.
Exactly. With very little down. Mm-hmm.
And very little down, right? And we've been both in markets where we've seen the market coming to a halt. We've seen the market running wild like it is now. And people say, well, when should I do it? When should I wait? I'm like, it's one half dozen of the other. You love California. You have your roots here. You want to stay here. Historically, it makes sense. We're not going to be in this COVID pandemic forever. Everything will pass. And that means that things will revert back to normalcy, right? And so there's always hiccups. If you look at the history of real estate through the day of time, going back way before even our time, it's always been a roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
And the people that stick it out, right? And the people that stick it out and they buy smart,
mm-hmm.
they stay in the game. And then they can rent it and buy other things later and cash out, because historically, I don't think ever did California never come back in its value, and then some. So, we've seen these rocky roads, and that's the beauty of real estate. It's a tangible item, and it's yours. And,
exactly.
And there's nothing like, especially when you have the pandemic happen. And, I was thinking, if I didn't own real estate or anything, I wouldn't have a roof over my head, right? Because anything can happen anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you have a roof over your head, regardless if it's your dream home or not your dream home, but there's a certain sense of security with that. It's yours, right?
Exactly. And, no one can kick you out if you own your own home.
No, that's right. Exactly. You'll, and if you buy smart, you can always, rent it out and move around,
mm-hmm.
or whatever. You have options. But if you don't own, you have no options. Because
that's right.
if you rent a property, moratorium is lifted and what have you, and, all of a sudden, people are raising their rents again, and you're like, oh my God, I can't catch up to this.
Or your landlord decides to let his son, move back into his house, and you're out.
That's right, and I've seen it happen. Or there are other things happening. Someone has a multi-family building and they sell it, and
mm-hmm.
of course, there's always a way when these investors buy these properties to escort the people out, so to speak, indirectly,
exactly.
whether it's cash or keys, or they have to update it and bring it up to code. There's always a way,
mm-hmm.
And so you're kind of standing there with nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting. I had a probate, the probate I did. It was, it's a year already that I did this one, but it's an interesting story. And the woman was happy that we invited her to leave because the new buyers wanted to have the place vacant because they needed to update things. She thanked me because it made her go buy a property. She got so comfortable,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she was paying so little. And then she was like, you know what? I was busy with this, that, and the other thing. I had the money and the credit score to buy. She goes, I'm grateful because I wouldn't have done it because I was always going to say, I'm going to look tomorrow and I'm going to do it tomorrow. And she says, she bought a property and she's like, I own my own property now because of this.
Exactly.
Right? So one door closes, one door opens. She just would have been sitting there, and just wasting money on rent, even if it wasn't that expensive. But, it wasn't, property needed work, right? And at some point, the work has to be done because it has to go up to code for insurance reasons and safety. So, but it was a funny story, right? Usually people are, oh, no, I don't want to go. But, one door closes, one door opens. And, that's what's exciting about life. Even though things may not look the way they seem, but, if you look, ahead of the game and you're like, well, maybe this is a breath of fresh air. This is a sense of change, and change is good.
Exactly.
And I love real estate. I can't, begin to tell you, but, I know, please take advantage of the $5,000 I'm willing to invest in.
That is so awesome.
Closing
I wish I was a first-time home buyer, Mina. I wanted to.
We can start over again. We can call you Judy Smith. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
Well, AKA you. I know, me too. I wish I was a first-time home buyer. I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. I don't even know. Were interest rates ever this low?
No, I mean, when I first bought my first home back in the 80s, I remember it was double digits. It was like 10.99.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's like hard money.
I know.
How insane is that? And people were happy just to get a house, right?
Exactly.
Oh wow. What's a good way for everyone? And while we're on the radio, people can also tune into Facebook, and we stream live when we're on the radio, so people out of the area can watch or listen or watch later, because we have kids at home and we're busy, and you can do it whenever you want. But and you can chat to Joan in the comments area, because she will check in and answer any questions you have. Joan, what's a good way for people to get in touch with you? I know we'll put it in the chat box as well. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Well, the best thing is just call my cell phone. Should I just give you my cell phone number?
Yes, I'm the same way. I agree.
Yeah, that's good. That's because, it's always attached to my ear, right? And
yes, me too. So like, really, you want me to call you cell phone? I'm like, yeah. I said it's easiest. Text me, call me. Let's not have to go scrambling through emails. If you want a quick response, best way.
Exactly. So do you want me to give it to you now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's a Hawaii number, because I'm an island girl. It's 808-371-2795. So that's 808-371-2795.
And she may invite you to a luau when this whole...
Yeah, exactly.
with any referrals, and I really like Hawaii, too.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice to sit on the beach and, beautiful hotel, and once this all passes, and you can show us around, because,
exactly.
I was in Hawaii so many years ago, and I know it's probably changed so much since I've been there, and I would love nothing but to be able to just go on the beach, forget about all this stuff, and once we're all situated back to some kind of normalcy, which will happen, I promise you guys, just to look back and say, wow, how much do we appreciate sitting on a Hawaii with Joan?
Exactly. I would love it.
Daiquiri, right? Isn't that
I love it.
So, visionary things is really great for all of you that are, we're all struggling a little bit with this, because it's kind of like we're locked in some sense of a way, and it's a horrible feeling. But to vision yourself in a open space where this is all past already. If we all do that, we put that intention out there. The power of intention is so powerful, right? And we put it all out there, and actually visual things in your mind. Close your eyes. Think about it, what that feels like, because it will happen. And if we all join in to do that, it pushes things forward. The universe acts in very unique ways. So, that's what's exciting about life, because this too shall pass.
Yes.
And we're on our way there. So yes, and I know people that are getting the vaccines, and people that are really excited, and it's just a matter of catching up from the backlog of having to figure this all out. So I'm super excited, and then we can all get together and meet in person. Although I do have to go out to meet clients, I'm very careful when I show properties, and I'm very diligent and mindful of everyone when I do show properties, whether I'm selling for someone or buying property. So we're all very careful because we do know there's something out there, and we all want to stay healthy. And I know that's important for you as well. And, having Zoom has been great. I know we've all learned how to use it. And Joan would be more than happy to have a Zoom call with you. And so will I. And we could do it together even.
Yes,
we can have fun. 2 for 1. Right? Yeah, why not? Let's have a good time with it. So, Joan, I really am excited to be in your circle with you and, all the professionals that we know together that are like-minded like us, that are there truly to help people. It just goes so far to know that you made a difference in someone's life. And, it was a great story. I was talking to someone the other day, and they thought they had to go through probate. They really couldn't get an answer. It's interesting, but, we found out a different way, some other solutions. And they were so grateful, and it's not only about making money, because there's nothing for me to make money on there, but the fact that I know how to wiggle around in that arena and make sure that people understand what their options are. I'm not a lawyer, but, I know what options are for certain situations, and I invite people to reach out to me, and, I can direct you to a proper attorney to handle certain matters that will involve inherited either assets, doesn't necessarily mean real estate, but could be, paintings and assessments and those kind of things that are valuable. They're worth money, right? So it's very important if you are in a fiduciary situation where you're a trustee or you're executor to a will, that you follow the rules for the beneficiary, because that's what, especially when there's a minor child involved, because the person liked you enough to make you the person in charge. So I invite everyone, to call me, and if I can help you, if not, I can pass you on to people that are pioneers in their fields, and we'll have the time to talk to you about this. And it's not only about making money. I don't work with people that are only interested in making money. I'm interested in working with people who really care about other people. And that's why I appreciate you so much, Joan. You're always there to help.
Same here. It's so great to work with professionals, and people that are so knowledgeable, and I like it that you really take the role of being a consultant and an educator, and it's all about making sure that everybody, and that's what I like to do as well, is making sure that everyone makes an informed decision, and they have the best choices, that they don't feel like someone else is making choices for them, but they're making their own choices, and they're making an informed decision.
Yes, exactly. And again, I thank you so much. We're going to take a break now. And Joan,
okay.
I look forward to more with you, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. And please chat her in the comment areas. Reach out to her, and she's just a wealth of knowledge. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. And we'll be right back with a great mediator who will talk to you about mediation. And that's an interesting arena right now. So we'll be right back.
At Substrata, they're dedicated to be your go-to general contractor. They are a premier builder of high-end custom homes from the ground up, major remodels and expansions, multi-unit construction, and commercial tenant improvements for both retail and office build-out. Their focus on details and personal attention have been constant from conception of the project to completion. They build stories not with pen and keyboard, but with steel and manpower. Visit Substrata.com or call 424-702-5700.
Mina Kuper is a realtor focusing on trust, probate, divorce real estate matters, and more. She's published books on inherited and divorced properties, and she's got 20 years experience serving areas from Santa Barbara County down to San Diego County, making your real estate transactions real. Tune in to Listed by Mina every Tuesday at 2 p.m. for great perks, special guests, and surprises.
Mission Valley Bank is a commercial bank in the Santa Clarita Valley that really puts the community into community banking.
At Mission Valley Bank, we strive to be a trusted advisor to our clients, and that means being an integral part of the communities we serve. We started the Give Where You Live program to help bring awareness to our nonprofit partners. We're more than just a local business bank. In fact, we're a full-service, independent commercial bank that is locally owned, community-minded, and relationship-driven. I'm Tamara Gurney, President and CEO of Mission Valley Bank, and I invite you to experience the Mission Valley Bank difference, where your success is our mission. We want to be your most valued bank.
Mission Valley Bank has been named Most Trusted Advisor Business Banker by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal 5 years in a row and received the Business Leadership Award by the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce, Valley Industry Association, and SCV Economic Development Corporation. Visit them at their Center Point branch location or at missionvalleybank.com. Member FDIC.
You just had an accident. Now what?
I'm Caesar from Body Shop 661. After you get into a car accident and call your insurance company, chances are they're going to send you to a cut-rate auto body just to save themselves some money.
So, what do I do?
Call me at Body Shop 661. Your car will get taken care of as if it were my own. No second-rate parts, and the job isn't finished until it's done right. Body Shop 661 handles all types of vehicles, foreign and domestic. Plus, I work with all insurance companies.
Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. On Ruther, just past Home Depot. Call Body Shop 661 at 251-2252.
I'm Kirk Stinson with Plumbing by Kirk. Over the years, I've helped many Santa Clarita residents with their plumbing problems. I've seen it all, from clogged drains, running toilets, broken water heaters, and so much more. I've also installed new drains and answered hundreds of emergency calls, even on the holidays. If you have a plumbing problem or you just want to upgrade your existing water heater or drain, give me a call. No issue is too big and no issue is too small.
Call now for estimates on new drain installations, old drain replacements, and water heaters. 263-6519 or log on to plumbingbykirk.com.
Finding the right lawyer can be a challenge, but in Santa Clarita, there's no need to search when there's Hacker Law Group, Santa Clarita's premier litigation firm. Jeffrey Hacker has represented celebrities, financial institutions, accident victims, and other individuals and companies with their legal challenges. Mr. Hacker has been ranked the 15th most influential person in the entire Santa Clarita Valley in 2010 by the Santa Clarita Valley Business Journal. When everything is on the line, call the Hacker Law Group.
Felicia Dorado Insurance Agency specializes in your small business, homeowners, auto, umbrella, and life insurance needs. Their personalized staff is passionate to help you save money while keeping all your valuable assets covered. During these times, many people are concerned about insurance and getting the best value for their dollar. Felicia Dorado's Insurance Agency understands this and approaches each situation uniquely. Felicia Dorado's Insurance Agency has friendly hometown customer service reps that are ready to help you today. 661-288-2001.
Hey there, it's Tori with your hometown station weather. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon with highs only in the mid-50s, overnight lows in the 30s. The rain moves back in tonight while we're sleeping and stays with us probably for the next 3 days. For anything and everything Santa Clarita Valley related, go to hometownstation.com.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Hi, everyone. This is listed by Mina Kuper. Thank you for joining me again. And I have an amazing guest, as I always do. I have Leonard Levy. He's a mediator and arbitrator. And I know you've seen that on paperwork where it says you can only do something via arbitration. And so we're going to learn more about what all this means, right? You'll see a lot of contracts or agreements, and they tell you only arbitration is the way you're going to have to solve this. So, you know, it's such an important, especially now, right? You want to try to avoid court, right? Because there are things that, you know, it's closed down somewhat or slower than usual. And if you can mediate, why not? It's always a good option. And Len Levy is with ADR services, and he's also a pioneer in his industry. He's been doing this for many, many, many years, and he's been on different sides. When I say different sides, he's been in litigation. He's now been a mediator for many years, and truly, you want someone who's going to cut a good deal for everybody, right? That's really the bottom line, to make sure that everybody's doing the right thing and things get solved and disputes and all that jazz. So I think the first place to start is, what is mediation?
Right. Well, thank you, Mina. It's great talking with you. Mediation is is often confused with arbitration or litigation, and what mediation is having a neutral third party help the parties reach a resolution. That's the basic idea of mediation. It differs from arbitration in that the mediator, unlike an arbitrator and unlike a judge, doesn't decide who wins or who loses, but helps the parties realize as much of their interests as they possibly can. So that's what it is. And it's also something that is required in most real estate contracts. Certainly the standard form CAR contracts have a requirement that you mediate before you either litigate or arbitrate. So that's kind of what it's all about.
Can you let people know what is when someone goes to arbitration? How does it work? Why does someone go to arbitration? How do they start the process?
Okay, well, in arbitration, people start in arbitration, and if you want, I'll stick to real estate because that's what we're talking about here.
Yes, and I know you do different areas, which we can touch on that after. Yeah.
Right. So, in order to go to arbitration, what the parties have to do is typically have an agreement that they will arbitrate if a dispute rises out of a contract, such as in a sale of a piece of real property. You may buy a piece of real property and discover, oh, wait a minute, not everything is as was disclosed to me. This isn't right, and so what the parties do in those kinds of situations is first look at your contract, and the contract says essentially the real estate equivalent of thou shalt mediate first, and you then go to mediation. If that doesn't resolve the matter, then one of the parties will make a demand for arbitration. For example, they'll contact the company I work with, ADR Services, and produce a copy of the contract that has a provision that says everyone's agreed to arbitrate. And with a demand for arbitration, then you proceed to have the matter heard by an arbitrator. There are a few steps in between, but you have it heard by an arbitrator who makes a decision, and that decision is a binding decision. It's a decision that is that can be then brought to a court and enforced just as a judgment would be.
So when someone has an arbitration, do each side have their own arbitrator?
No. The arbitrator it's the same as a judge. The arbitrator will hear all of the evidence and will write up an award. And the award is in the real estate context, that award is going to be binding. In some other contexts, there are people may have heard of non-binding arbitration. Well, that typically doesn't happen in real estate. It's because the parties, when you sign a contract to sell a piece of real property, you can agree to arbitrate, and you do that by simply initialing a box in the contract, in the standard form contract. And if the box is not initialed and the parties don't agree to arbitrate, then you could go to court. But arbitration is a lot quicker. Arbitration gives you the advantage, too, of picking who the judge is, who the arbitrator is, who's going to decide it. And that arbitrator, the parties can decide on, it should be someone who has some familiarity with real estate.
And that is so powerful, especially today. I know the courts, litigation is so expensive. And if you can not go into a courtroom with fuel, so to speak, and continue arguing with each other, whoever the parties may be, this is certainly such an easier way to close the situation. And, people don't always agree. And I guess at that point, do they go to litigation? Is that what they do after, if they don't agree?
Then let's distinguish arbitration from mediation, okay? Because in mediation, the parties will agree or not agree. In litigation and in arbitration, the judge or the arbitrator decides, and the parties don't have to agree. But there's some very, very good reasons to go through mediation first.
Right.
And a couple of them are, one, it's required by the contract, as I said, the standard form CAR contract, and most real estate contracts say, you have to mediate first. Now, if you don't mediate, if one party says, well, I want to mediate, and the other party says, well, I don't, well, then that the party that refuses to mediate does not recover his or her attorney's fees, even if they win. And that is a big, big incentive. There was a case that came down a number of years ago where the judge had decided that that one party was going to win and the other party was going to lose, and the problem was that the party who won and was awarded something like $125,000 in attorney's fees couldn't find the other party and didn't do it in time to allow the other party to mediate. And so what the Court of Appeal decided was, even though you incurred $125,000 in attorney's fees and you only recovered $25,000 in real damages, you only get the $25,000. So this party spent about $125,000 in attorney's fees to recover $25,000. Not a very good result. So that's why you need to mediate first.
Yes, and you're the man. You are the man. And so I want to touch a little bit about other areas of mediation you practice other than real estate, because I know you are, with all your experience, you do some very serious matters that are so important.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I've mediated now for 23 years, and I have done everything from mass tort cases where I've had cases where there are 900 plaintiffs, and the first one that I did, we had 68 plaintiffs, and we spent 3.5 days and settled 68 cases. So that's one thing that mediation can do that litigation can't. But I've also mediated everything from business divorces to personal injury cases to even child molestation cases. Very, very difficult and emotional types of cases. So the one thing that mediation, and I really am a big advocate of it, and was even before I got into it, is that you can solve problems that you can't solve in litigation. If parties are having a difficult time getting along in a business sense or in a personal sense, those kinds of things are really not things that courts do well. Courts decide you win, you lose, this is how much gets paid, or this is what the injunction is, or something along those lines. But in mediation, I've had people who hadn't spoken for years at the end of the mediation hug each other and invite each other to dinner and reestablish relationships.
Wow, right. That is so important. And, you must feel like the magic man sometimes. When you have those results, and especially now, people are punchy, no pun intended, but, a little on the edge with all going on, and rightfully so. They may be more reactive, and it's so important to have people with your knowledge. Like every other industry, there are good and there's bad. And there are people that are not as connected as you are as a person and a professional, and I've gotten to know you personally for quite a while now, and I know how you operate. And if any of our listeners need help with any of this, Len is really a friend and someone who is firm and clever and knows how to get what is appropriate done, because these things are so important. All these issues need to be handled properly. If they get into the wrong hands, there's sometimes no way out to get back into another opportunity to straighten it out properly.
Well, thank you, Mina. Thank you, Mina. I appreciate it. My case manager is always willing to take calls. Just contact ADR Services, and I'll see what I can do to help you. So
can you give us your phone number to reach your assistant, and also when we are off, so people can swing back on Facebook while they're watching their children, and they don't have time right now, where they can tune in later, because they could always find our episode on Facebook, and you can comment on there, you can ask questions, you can chat with people. What's the best way to reach you or your assistant to talk?
The best way is to either call my assistant. Her name is Christy, and her phone number is area code 310-201-0010, or call or contact her at ADR Services. You can get on the adrservices.com website. That has all my contact information as well as Christie's.
Awesome. And please put that in the comments on Facebook when you have a chance. I really appreciate it. Len, I'm really excited to know you as a person, as a professional that's helped so many people that I know as well. And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Mina. I think the world of you, and I appreciate this opportunity to talk to your listeners.
And I thank you for helping everyone. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
We're going to take a break now. Okay. All right, we're going to take a break now, and I'll be back.
When it comes to buying or selling your home, there's no room for error with your money. That's why Precision Escrow is the company you need to know. When selling your home, you want to make sure you're working with a company that has your best interest and keeps your money safe. That's why they use encrypted emails and secure trust accounting. Precision Escrow will follow the contract in detail from the beginning to the end and protect the parties involved. Working with Precision is like working with a huge family. Everyone is always smiling and cohesively working together for you. Check out their 5-star Yelp and Google reviews and see how they separate themselves from the competition. Whether you use an agent or sell your home yourself, they'll give you 30% off your transaction, which saves you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Use code RADIO30 to take advantage of the savings. Call Lauren Fredette, your representative, for more details. She's available 7 days a week during and after office hours. Call toll-free 877-393-4101. Let them help you through one of the most important decisions of your life.
Facey knows life gets busy. Let us go to work for you in the Santa Clarita Valley. We have 34 primary care physicians and 55 specialty doctors in 4 offices. And Facey has easy 24/7 online appointment scheduling for PCPs and PEDS with some extended hour appointments available. We are Facey Medical Group. Let us go to work for you today. For more information or to make an appointment, visit facey.com. That's FACEY.com.
At Substrata, they're dedicated to be your go-to general contractor. They are a premier builder of high-end custom homes from the ground up, major remodels and expansions, multi-unit construction, and commercial tenant improvements for both retail and office build-out. Their focus on details and personal attention have been constant from conception of the project to completion. They build stories not with pen and keyboard, but with steel and manpower. Visit Substrata.com or call 424-702-5700.
I love it.
Right on!
Your hometown station.
Welcome back. You're listening to Listed by Mina Kuper, trust, probate, divorce, real estate, and more. And I've been, really blessed to be able to do my show, and I hope people listen to the show and get a lot out of it. And, at some point, if you will, whoever's listening out there, if you can request some kind of different types of guests that you would like, or professionals that you would like on the air, and we can even have a call-in session for people that you have some questions, right? And, I don't want to miss anything, because while we're still hunkered down somewhat, although we're opening a bit up now, it's a good time to, get your ducks in a row. So I want to be able to help people with the right professionals. And again, remember that I'm offering $5,000 in closing costs, which means I donate $5,000 towards your closing costs for first-time home buyers to frontline workers, essential workers, for all you do, and helping those who need just a little help getting through the door, so to speak. No pun intended, though. But I really love helping people, and I take all suggestions. If you have something special that you want to let the world know, comment, and I will make an announcement to help you and spread the word, and see if I can put out there to the universe for you, because that's what I'm about. And the way to reach me is probably text, probably the best way. So a phone call, 310-345-8500. I welcome you all to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I don't say no to anyone. And I'm just so happy to have ended up having a radio show to inform people on things that are so important, and hopefully can guide them to the right place. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next Tuesday, too.